Rabia Balkhi is one of Afghan history's most respected women. She was the lady that brought to light the capabilities of Afghan women to match and also work at the same level of legendary male Afghan poets such as Jalaluddin Rumi. Rabia does not have the most thoroughly documented biography, however her legacy and passion for literature lives on with her poetry, which still captivates audiences today. Rabia was a resident of the northern Afghan city of Balkh, then one of the most buzzing centers of Khorasan, which is comprised mainly of modern-day Afghanistan. Although Rabia Balkhi's exact birthday is not known, research has led historians to believe she was around at the same time of the famous Farsi composer Rudaki, giving her a wealth of surrounding figures to increase her skills as a poetess. The true understanding of the continuous appreciation to Rabia Balkhi is in the fact that she is considered to be the first monumental Afghan poetess. She wrote in both Farsi and also in Arabic. However, Rabia, according to historical accounts, was not one to have the best of lives. Her life can be likened to a Shakespearean tragedy. Rabia was the daughter of a governor called Kab, giving her a well-known status and also allowing her to propagate her works due to her familial affiliations. As time progressed, Rabia's father had passed away, and her brother, a man called Haris, became the governor. He was to have a slave by the name of Bakhtash. Bakhtash started to become better acquainted with Rabia, and from there on a growing bond and mutual recognition of emotions became apparent. They would often meet in private to converse and write poetry for each other. Haris eventually became aware of his sister's involvement with Bakhtash, and his anger forced him to exile Bakhtash, which eventually led to his murder. It was not long after Rabia was imprisoned by her brother. Whilst being imprisoned, she had heard of Bakhtash's murder and grief had stricken her. The consequences were too much for Rabia, and as she lay dying after slashing her own wrists, she began to write her last poem in her own blood, leaving her legendary story to be a permanent reminder in the minds of all Afghans and romantics. Today she is revered as Afghanistan's first female poetess. Her grave is a site of adornment and she serves as a symbol of the voice of Afghan women. A hospital for women is named after her, and so is a radio station, with many more initiatives which are done under her name.